Hello, I hope you're all well. Today I'd like to show you a flip through of this journal. I've called this one Rosie because it does have some roses in it and it's rosy colours, so I thought that was a suitable name. The journal measures 5.5 inches approximately by just over 7.5, and the spine, or the width of the book, is roughly 2 inches. So this book has a hard cover and a soft spine. The spine's decorated, but the actual cover is not really. I've just included this, I think it's sari silk tie, and this little pendant. On the spine here, I've clipped with a bulb pin, I've clipped a little charm. I have a vintage mother of pearl button sewn on here. So as I said, it's a soft spine and a hard cover, and you can see I've put book corners on. So let's have a look inside. This journal has 5 signatures. So this just ties around . So you will see I've included quite a few pinks in this book. So I've chosen these decorative end papers. I've sewn some lace down this edge here. I have made a video showing me making this journal, and I'll link that in the description in case you want to pop over and have a look. So here we have some tea-dyed paper with a piece of lace sewn down the edge, a little envelope here, and I will put a note from the bookmaker in here, but at the moment it has this original vintage, well, I think it's from wartime, and it's a postcard. It says, "A verse letter from the camp to my sweetheart." So it's something that would have been sent home from wherever the soldier was based to his sweetheart, I guess. So I've just tucked that in there. So this is from a vintage flower book. Piece of vellum here. I've printed on this. I think you can see that. This page is from an antique book. This is from the Silver Lattice, and it's one of the book plates, original book plate. Here I've stuck some hearts down the edge using scraps of paper that I've used within the book. I show that on another video, which I'll also link in the description if you wanted to have a look at that. So there's lots of journaling space in this book. That's the other side of that vellum page. And these are just a couple of bits that I've tucked in. There's a calendar on one side, or part of a calendar, and then some adverts for soap on that side. This is a little vellum envelope that I've made, and in there is a real pressed pansy. I won't take it out, but it does come out. You can just slip it out, but it's very fragile. Don't know if you can see that. I think you can. That's the other side of that vintage flower book page. This here is a little page corner that I've put on. It's removable, so you can put it somewhere else in the book if you want to. And again, I think I have a video showing that. If I don't, I'm certainly going to make one, so I'll put that in the description if I do. So lots of lovely textures. This is an original clocking in card. So it would have been used in the workplace for staff to clock in what time they arrived and what time they left, and then they would calculate the amount of pay that was due. And I've embossed this and stuck a little piece of my Snippet Roll onto it. Piece of washi tape down there. That just sits in that pocket. Oh, here we have, this is just a piece of embossed paper. It's pearlescent paper, and I've embossed it. It's just sitting there looking pretty, really. Piece of tea-dyed paper here, and then I've sewn a band of lace across here, and we have this little mason jar. Just cut out a piece of scrapbook paper and stuck on there and tied a piece of string around it. The top corner of this page has some gold leaf on it, and I've sewn on a little fabric rose here. And this is the hinge for this page here. It has a little tab you can lift up, and has a little fold out there, and just a couple of pieces of paper for journaling inside that flap. This here is another page from the antique book, the Silver Lattice. Let me move back into frame, sorry. There we go. A piece of handmade paper here, piece of tea-dyed paper here, and I've put a key, added a key to that in the tea dyeing process. So as you can see, there is loads of journaling space. This is a piece of vintage music paper. I've reinforced the edge of that with, the fold, with some washi tape. This is from a vintage children's book. Very lovely illustration. Some little verses on the other side. There's a pocket there. Oh, this is just a pretty piece of napkin. It's not attached, but I just thought it was pretty, so I've popped that in there. This is a fragile page from what was it, from Aesop's Fables, I think, and I embossed the page, and as I said, it was very fragile, so I've glued it to this stronger page so that I can include it in the journal. Here I've sewn on a piece of machine embroidery. I think it's machine embroidery. And in here, this little pocket here, and then we have this little folder here, and inside that is just some, I've included a little tag on there, and then inside there's just a few sheets of paper for journaling, and these little pockets that you could add something to. So little vellum pockets within there. This is tea-dyed paper, and then over the page we have an Edith Holden page, and it's the February Valentine's page, so I've included this. These are some lexicon cards, and I've just sewn them onto some lace and spelt out the word love. That just sits in that pocket. I've sewn a little tab on there. And there's a piece of lace sewn onto the top of this pocket here. It's the other side of that Edith Holden page, and I've just folded that rather than cutting it. And I've reinforced the edge there with some washi tape. This is an end paper from an old book, and that's naturally aged. I thought it was a lovely colour, so I've included that. Some square paper there. Little corner tuck there. And that's just a page from an old book. More vintage music paper. This page is from a German, I think it's a vocabulary book. That's a vintage book as well. Some more tea-dyed paper there. This here was a postcard. I think it was advertising a vintage shop or a retro shop. So I just included that because I loved the image. And here we just have Today I Am Thankful For. Another envelope here. There's nothing in that one. Oh, I've just collaged that a bit with a doily and a ticket and a few bits. That's a lovely embossed piece of paper there. That's vintage wallpaper. So you can see it's quite eclectic really, but I really like it. I'm happy with how it's turned out. It's the other side of that Edith Holden page. I've sewn on a piece of lace there, which pokes out at the top. More tea-dyed paper. Another little rose piece of fabric stitched on there. And another vintage flower book page there. This is a piece of paper from a calligraphy handwriting book. I've dyed this piece of paper. This is pearlescent paper, and I've dyed it with a little bit of sort of pinky purple. I was quite happy with how that turned out. piece of parchment there. This was a piece of gift wrap. It's quite thick, so I thought I'd use it in this journal. Little postcard there. Again, I think I made those on camera, so if I did, I'll link that in the description as well. So that just has some journaling space on the back. Sewn a piece of lace down the edge here. Pockets are all stitched. See, I've done some zigzag stitch there. Oh, I just included this because I liked it. Some little frogs. So really it's just a bit of journaling space, and I thought the green goes nice with the greens in this paper. A little teacup pocket here, and this is The Secret Life of the Robin. That's a page that I've taken from a vintage book. It's another one of those postcards that I've made. Sewn a piece of lace down there. This is more tea-dyed paper. Sewn a piece of lace on here, and that makes a little pocket. Haven't put anything in there yet. It's very pretty. Another page from an Edith Holden book. Here I've included a doily, and because it's fragile, I've reinforced that edge with a piece of vellum. I don't know if you can see that. Just makes it a bit more durable. It's a little, that's a place setting card. Just included that there to decorate that page. This is a vintage flower book. Stitched a little flower on the corner of that pocket, the bottom of that pocket I should say. Oh, little embossed heart there. And this here is, it looks like a postcard, but it's not. It's a page from a recipe book. This here is just a page from a magazine. An old magazine, as you can see. I've stitched a ticket onto the bottom there. That's got roses on it. This here is a piece of my Snippet Roll, and tucked behind there I have this little sort of specimen card that I've made, and it's got real honesty in it. So the honesty seed pods. I thought that looked quite lovely. Just tucked that behind there. So again, I will link the making of that Snippet Roll in the description below. Another pocket here, with a little rosebud, torn off piece of rosebud there, stitched on the bottom. And here we have another little heart that I've made. Again, I think I did this on camera, so I will link that in the description as well. So that's just got some slow stitch on it and various bits of fabric, and it is a little pocket. There's nothing in it at the moment, but see along here, that's actually a pocket. And then there's the final end paper, piece of lace sewn there. So as I said, 5 signatures on the soft spine. So I was really happy with how that turned out. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I hope you've enjoyed looking at this little journal. I absolutely love it. I'm really happy with it. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll be back again soon when I have something else to show you. Take care. Bye-bye.